And well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Wa2K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. Hey, quick reminder, join us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern for the Wednesday Night Live extravaganza. And we are also on the road to 1,000 subscribers, about 60 or 65 subscribers away. So please subscribe if you haven't already and share the channel with somebody who might enjoy it. All right, with all of that out of the way, I wanted to come on here and spend a minute talking about the New York Mets, winners of 7 straight games, and just on the outside looking in for the playoffs with about 25 games left to go in what has been a very up and down tumultuous season. It's been crazy. I mean, just when you think they've done everything there is to do, you see something you've never seen before. Wednesday night, in their 8-3 defeat of the Boston Red Sox, pretty good team, the Mets turned double plays in 3 consecutive innings. Mets hadn't done that since 1966. Crazy. Franciscolindor continues that push for the MVP, goes 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored. He's been on base 33 straight games, and oh my gosh, how cool is it? In the bottom of the 8th inning, he comes up to bat, and of course his walk-up song this year is My Girl by the Temptations, and the Met fans are singing along to David Ruffin and the rest of the Temptations. How cool was that? Wow. And Jesse Winker, man, everything the Met fans hated about him, they love about him now. That first inning grand slam set the tone on Wednesday. With the Mets, his batting line is .306 average, .341 on base, .471 slugging, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. And of course, Pete Alonso didn't have a very good game Wednesday, but he had hit 4 home runs in 8 games. What concerns you, he's batting just .214 with runners in scoring position. But you know what? With a lineup, you're rarely, if ever, going to have everybody clicking at the same time. You just want to see some kind of a streak at some point for your most feared hitters. But I want to give a little extra love to the pitching staff and why I've been so excited, because the pitching staff is what was really coming in under fire at the beginning of the season. A lot of people thought that the Mets had a very questionable bullpen and a mediocre at best rotation. Well, you know what? We got to give Jeremy Hefner, the pitching coach, some credit. We really do. 5 relievers held the Red Sox scoreless over the last 5 innings. They allowed 4 hits and induced those 3 double plays. Now, if you go back to the All-Star game and you look at the Mets pitching staff, they have a collective ERA of 3.57, second best in the National League, 5th best in Major League Baseball. As for their starters, 3.77 ERA, that's second best in the National League, 7th overall. But the relievers, you know, this bullpen has gotten a lot of grief from a lot of fans, no doubt about it. But since the All-Star break, their ERA is 3.24, 3rd best in the National League, 7th in Major League Baseball. Danny Young, 2.78 ERA, a 31% strikeout rate. Alex Young, 1.13 ERA. And on Wednesday night, Carlos Mendoza, man, he's going to get some Manager of the Year votes. Not saying he's going to win it, but he should get a lot of votes. He was matching up quickly. He hooked Tyler McGill after 4 innings. He asked for 15 outs from that bullpen. But I'll tell you what, don't overlook the uptick in velocity from edwindiaz. Wednesday night, that fastball was at 1.1 miles an hour on average. He had 100 mph on 3 pitches after doing so only twice, pretty much the rest of the season. And I'll tell you another, a little bit of an X factor, not up with the majors yet, but Shintaro Fujinami. He has been unhittable in the minor leagues down in Syracuse. 9 scoreless innings in his last 6 appearances, 13 strikeouts, 1 hit, and this is the big part, 2 walks. Fujinami's control had been all over the place. The last month, he has really honed it down. So if the Mets need a quick call-up, Fujinami would be a very, very worthwhile call-up. But here's the frustrating part about this. It's just the way that everybody else is playing around them. The Mets are still only a half game out as of this recording. And to get to this point, the Mets had to go 51-29 over an 80-game stretch. And that's put them right in the wild card hunt. But all these other teams keep winning. Atlanta's won 2 straight. Arizona won 2 straight up until today. San Diego's won 3 straight. And the Mets have the 3rd toughest schedule left. Whereas Atlanta is 18th in strength of schedule. San Diego is 24th. Arizona, they're a little bit tougher. They're at 7th place. But the Mets still have 13 playoff games remaining against playoff teams. 7 against Philadelphia, 3 against Atlanta, 3 against Milwaukee. Those last 2 series close out the year. But I'll tell you what gives me a little bit of hope. The Mets seem to play their best baseball against good teams. Went 4-0 against the Yankees, swept San Diego 4 games at one point. They are able to do that. Now, I know the White Sox sweep this earlier this week. That was the exception. But the Mets do seem to rise to the occasion. Now, they play a sub-500 team in Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's coming off 4 straight wins. They shut out Houston 1-0 on Thursday afternoon. So let's see what they wind up doing. But I'll tell you what, a lot of people were hoping for meaningful games in September, and the Mets are definitely providing that. But at the same time, as well as they're playing, God, you wish they were in the playoff standings right now. They're just a mere half game out. And after tonight, it's either going to be a game out or they're going to be tied with Atlanta. Let's see what happens. But I continue to maintain the Mets play the way they're capable of, they'll find a way in. Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.